So what was the city like in '81? Like, what did New York look like back then?
Well, 81 was different. 81 was like one big porno movie, you know? Everybody was fucking, you know? I mean, the 80s and the 70s, like, there was a lot of fucking, you know? I was a young kid, I was getting little boots. But, like my uncles and shit, you know how you go stay with your aunts and them shit when you come back? Your uncle, like, he like all cool and shit. He probably like a transit dude or a CO or some shit. But he busting your aunt out, So it's like, damn, You like your aunt walking around, you know what I'm saying? You can tell they freaking off in the house, They getting high and shit, smoking weed. Once you smell weed, they freaks and shit, It's like, damn, well, my aunt and shit, this nigga, this dude busting my aunt out, And I know it, I'm trying to get some pussy too, you know what I mean? Little girls in the neighborhood, you know how it go. That was the 80s, man, Pussy and drugs. Pussy and drugs.
I need that shirt, Pussy and Drugs. We're here live from the Music Inn with Uncle Chuck Nitty. You were born and raised in New York, right?
Yes, I was, sir.
All right, so you've been around New York your whole entire life. We want to know, like, what has changed about the city the most to you? Or just some things you've noticed about the city that's changed?
I don't know, it's like, after COVID, it got creepy and shit, It's like all the zombies came from, like, out of the subways and shit, and they came up here. Now they just go in stores, take whole motherfucking M&M bags and shit, and just walk out and shit. You can't do nothing to them like the old days. In the old days, you whip their ass. Now they come and take all your shit, and you just gotta watch them leave and shit. Unless the cops catch them or something. It's fucked up, businesses losing money, man. It's like, this shit is like, it's beautiful. The city still shines. There's a lot of critters, baby. It's a lot of critters.
So economically, would you say the city is in a better place than it was when you were a kid, or would you say financially, like the city's struggling or you're struggling? What would you say financially?
Well, you can't really say the city is struggling because the simple fact that is prices are raised every year, Everything's raised. The train is always fucking late, but you still got to pay that motherfucking fare else you go to jail, you know what I mean? So, it's like, man, this, we're going into the future, man, you know what I mean?
You were born and raised where, Chuck Nitty?
I was born in Harlem, in Sihelnik Projects. That's 131st between 7th and 8th, like in 71.
Yeah.
Then my mom, she sent me to family up in Utica, Albany, upstate New York, tough Christian family to keep me out of trouble and shit. They was real strict and shit, So it was like a different type of lifestyle, you know what I mean? Because they used to like fund churches, build churches for people. So we used to travel all over to collect the money from the churches and shit like that, you know what I mean? But it was better, my mom was worried, so she sent me to Christian family. So then we came back, and I just moved up in Manhattan, after I left Harlem, to a quieter area, you know what I mean? That's pretty much it,
All right, so when you moved back to the city, what year was this?
I came back in the city at 70, 81, 80, something like that.
So what was the city like in '81? Like, what did New York look like back then?
Well, 81 was different. 81 was like one big porno movie, Everybody was fucking, I mean, the 80s and the 70s, like, there was a lot of fucking, I was a young kid, I was getting little boots. But, like my uncles and shit, you know how you go stay with your aunts and them shit when you come back? Your uncle, like, he like all cool and shit. He probably like a transit dude or a CO or some shit. But he busting your aunt out, So it's like, damn, You like your aunt walking around, you know what I'm saying? You can tell they freaking off in the house, They getting high and shit, smoking weed. Once you smell weed, they freaks and shit, It's like, damn, well, my aunt and shit, this nigga, this dude busting my aunt out, And I know it, I'm trying to get some pussy too, you know what I mean? Little girls in the neighborhood, you know how it go. This is, that was the 80s, man, Pussy and drugs. Pussy and drugs.
I need that shirt, Pussy and Drugs. All right, so in the '80s, did you feel like it was easier to survive in the city versus now, or?
Well, in the 80s, it was more common sense. I mean, you see a guy who look like he's totally out of his mind, you cross the street or you go back the other way. Now it's like, I don't know, it was just different, you know what I mean? There was a lot of angel dust, like, that was more of a dust era back, still coming from the 70s, before, the crack was just coming on, I figure 82, 83, or 84, so it was more of dust heads. So you had to really be careful in the 80s, like, because they'd rob a little kid, they take your hat real quick and sell that shit, you know what I mean? So, it was tough, you know what I mean? So we had to be tough, you know what I mean? You know, so you know how it was. You're like, you know, if a guy stole your hat, dude, it's like, come on, hat, man, fuck, you know. It ain't that hard to get a job, man. You get a supermarket job. Go buy your own hat, you know what I mean? That's how it was, you know. It's, you know, it's life, dude.
Somebody stole your hat when you was a kid?
Yeah. This drug addict dude. I knew him. See, my man was fucking with this drug addict dude, you know what I mean? And you know, I feel like this is how I see it. If your drug addict friends don't respect you, they damn sure gonna respect me, you know what I mean? So the guy saw me one day by myself without my friend, and I saw the way he was treating my friend, and he did it real slick. He waited till the door opened and snatched my hat and ran, you know? It's not like I'm gonna chase him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And for 3 guys to snatch one hat and run, you scared of me or something? I'm a little kid, you know what I mean? But I ain't stressed, you know, I got a new hat, you know what I mean? But that was a nice fucking hat. I had like the little Space Invader hat. The old school shit, that shit was pretty, baby.
All right, so back then when you was growing up, was it like easier for your mom to raise you, or like, cause you got kids now, Chuck? So it's like, do you feel it was easier, or you know what I mean?
Well, my mom is from Harlem, you know.
Yeah.
My mom is Milano, you know. She's Nigerian, German, English, Norwegian, and Chile, and Irish, and a whole lot of other shit. So you know, one thing about my mom, she get her grind on, you know, cause you know my pop's Jamaican, so that's probably why he liked her, cause she grind, you know, she worked. You know, my mom ain't never was one of those on the street, on drugs, begging and all that shit. She knew how to save her money, you know what I mean? So it wasn't hard for her to raise me, you know what I mean? My mom did her thing, you know what I mean? And, you know, my mom was official, you know. I can't say, oh, my mom was wag or she was official, you know. She drink a lot because the Irish in her, you know what I mean? But other than the Irish drinking shit, she's a tough lady, you know what I'm saying? She get down for the crown, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you lived through like a couple of eras where we've had different mayors. Right now we got Mayor Adams. Do you know about this guy? Have you heard about him?
Adams used to be a cop, man. I like Adams, man. They be fucking with him, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you got a bald head black brother, they gonna fuck with you, you know, because you know Adams look like a little Marcellus Wallace from Pulp Fiction, the big bald head, Vin Rames, bald head. You know, you see a big bald head black dude, even though he's a good guy, he's still threatening. You know, he's got to be doing something. You know, it's a bald head black guy. He's up to something.
They said he was stealing. You don't think that's a bad thing?
No, listen. There's never been a fucking mayor who all the representatives of the city go, hey, mayor, man, I like you, man. Here go $10 in your fucking pocket. If you put $10 in my pocket, you know what I mean? If I go like this and say, hey, man, I'm going to give it back to you, they take a picture. It look like I'm bribing you, you know? So, you know, you can't, you know how it is, man. You know, when you the mayor, you part of the power system. So everybody gives you a hug. It's not like he could go in his pocket and say, hey, man, take this back. And they take a picture of it, and now you're really in trouble. You know? You just walk the fuck off. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you, man. You're helping the city, babe.
So you don't think the mayor was stealing at all?
No, I don't think the mayor was stealing. I just think people was hugging him because he's the mayor. You know? You're a black mayor, you know, people going to hug you just so they could talk about you, you know? It's the way it is.
All right. You had another black mayor. You had Dinkins, right?
Yeah, Dinkins was cool. But Dinkins was like the Four Tops. He was the Four Tops in mayor. You know, when he stepped on the stage, you think they're going to start dancing and shit. Like, did-it-up, did-it-up, I'm Mayor Dinkins. Yeah. Remember that Dinkins? He looked like he's one of them old school singers and shit. The 4 notes, the blue notes and shit. You know what I mean? This man, he looked like Shaft and shit. Samuel Jackson, the boy head and shit. Yeah. You know, ex-cop and shit. You know, punching niggas in the face. Like this, you know. What's his name? Mayor Adams?
Mayor Adams.
I'm Mayor Adams, bitch. Punch you in your fucking face. You know, that's probably why people don't like him, because they know he's a big bald head black ex-cop who punch you in the fucking face. You know what I mean? But Dinkins was cool, but Dinkins got bit by a mysterious mosquito and all kind of shit. Remember?
I didn't know.
Yeah, he got bit by, he got bit by a mosquito that nobody else in New York got bit by. I'm like, what the fuck out of here, you know? This is bullshit. Somebody hate the blue notes, you know? Yeah, but I like Dinkins. Dinkins was cool, you know?
Okay, all right. So you lived here a long time. Like, what would you say was the roughest neighborhood you lived in New York City?
Oh, the roughest neighborhood?
So far, yeah.
Well, see, the roughest neighborhood, all right, my great-grandmom's, all right, you know, it was a couple of neighborhoods in Harlem, Brooklyn, Queens. Like, I could tell you a few because I lived all over, you know?
Which, tell us.
Like, all right, like, I used to go stay with my uncle in Queens, Lefrak, Queens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, Lefrak City is beautiful. You ever see Lefrak City in Queens? That shit is beautiful. That's like when when like Spanish brothers and black brothers who had decent blue collar jobs like sanitation and shit, they all moved to Left Rack City.
Yeah.
Like it's a higher up type of brothers, you know, and Spanish brothers who have money, they go to Left Rack City.
Yeah.
So my uncle lived there. So one night on Halloween, they hung the security guard.
They hung the security guard?
Yeah, they hung him dead. I had to be like in 80 something. They killed the security guard, hung him on Halloween. I said, what kind of shit is this? That's a nice neighbor. That's a nice fucking. That shit is beautiful. Left Rack City.
Yeah.
That shit is beautiful. Like the big buildings and shit. My cousins and them live there. You know what I'm saying? I said, yo, this shit is. My cousin like, yo, they hung the security guard last night. I said, oh, I ain't never heard no shit like this in Harlem. You know, hanging the security guard. You know. But Left Rack was kind of rough, and Fort Greene was rough too.
Fort Greene.
Yeah, my great grandmoms lived in Fort Greene. You know, she lived in the island. That's some little buildings, Fort Greene projects, and you know, her building had like this painting, like this black painting, or like Black Power painting or some shit. I used to always love it when I was a kid. I'd run up the stairs, I see the painting on the wall. But my great grandmoms lived there, and when you used to come there, used to be like 100 guys with black hoods. All right, right from Fort Greene projects, there's a park across the street.
Yeah.
I was a little kid, but right across the street is like a park. Yo, it's like 100 dudes with black hoods like this. You can't see nobody's face. You know, you imagine coming home to that shit? Like, what the fuck? But, you know what I'm saying? I had family that I lived there, so it wasn't like I come and get scared.
Yeah.
But, like, if you didn't, you know, if you wasn't from, like, over there, you see all them niggas with them hoods on, you're like, yo, this ain't the right neighborhood to be in, you know?
Yeah.
You know? And then in Harlem, the Polo Grounds was like beast mode back in Harlem. The Polo Grounds, that was just projects. Like, that shit had these big-ass buildings. But motherfucker hit you in the head with a TV. Like serious, kill you out the window. We'll throw a TV on you, bow, and just kill you. They hit my cousin, they bust my cousin head, bow.
What? They threw a TV at him?
She lived there too. Yo, if you bust a motherfucker head who live in your projects, yo, you don't want to go in them projects.
Yeah.
That was the Polo Grounds in the 70s?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was crazy, man. Polo Grounds was crazy, boy. Hit you with TVs. Yeah, you couldn't, yo, listen, man, if you had a problem with the Polo Ground, you couldn't run into the projects like talking that I'm gonna stab somebody, do it, because they'll kill you for the windows.
Yeah.
So you get to projects, they smash your heads in.
Yeah.
Because they got like 100 floors up in that motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Polo Grounds was wild. And the Bronx, let me see. The Bronx, like I had family in Mitchell. Mitchell was kind of wild. Patterson was wild, but it was smooth. It had little buildings over there. My man's lived over in Patterson. Gun Hill Road was wild too.
Gun Hill Road. You got any stories? Gun Hill Road?
Gun Hill Road. I had a friend from Gun Hill. I'm gonna change his name because the nigga might still be alive. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I had a friend, you know, let's say his name was Pete. And Pete was like the nerdiest motherfucker you could ever see. He had these thick ass glasses. He was kind of school. He was kind of school at University Heights High School. Used to be me, him, my boy Chris. My boy Chris is later turned to Big Pun. You know Big Pun?
Big Pun, you know him?
Big Pun, it's Chris, my boy. We went to University Heights High School on Burnside.
Yeah.
Me, Chris, and let's say Pete. You know, I could use Chris' name because he's not Pete.
Yeah.
Well, Pete lived in Gun Hill, and Pete used to always tell me, yo, I make money, son. I do this, and like, you know me, Al.
Yeah.
Don't bullshit me. So I'm saying in my mind, nigga, you little Urkel motherfucker. And Urkel wasn't around then, but he was the Urkel then. And I said, this Urkel kid is not no gangster.
Yeah.
So he said, yo, come to my neighborhood. I go over to Gun Hill. This nigga got 100 machine guns in his mattress. Right then and there, I said, oh, I definitely mistook Urkel. Miss Urkel, yo, Urkel's homicidal. Yo, and all that gangster shit he was talking, yo, he showed the money and everything to prove it. I said, after that day, I never doubt nobody again, you know?
Yeah.
I told Chris about it. He was like this. I said, yo, nobody believed it. Like, you see this kid? Thick glasses, skinny, but boy, he pulled that machine gun out of you real quick, you know? That machine gun was heavier than him and me, you know? And he was like really about that life, you know?
It was on Gun Hill Road, right?
Yeah, plenty of guns. Yeah.
Wait, so you knew, come a little closer, you knew Big Pun?
Yeah, I used to go to school with Pun in University Heights High School. That's over on Burnside, Bronx Community College. They had a high school on the thing. It used to be me, Chris, Puerto Rican Tone, Dominica, my boy Joseph. Yeah, we had a nice little crew up there. And we had one dude named Cowboy. He was like this pimp light-skinned dude. I don't know where the fuck he came from. I think he came from Cali too. He was light skinned and shit. He had the little green, yellow eyes and shit, like the little beige eyes. He like that, yo, what's good? He used to wear cowboy boots and shit. He's like some real sexy shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was a school where they sent like all the kids who couldn't really get along with other kids in other schools.
Yeah.
So that's how we all met. Puerto Rican Tone. Tone went to the school. Dominica didn't go to our school. Chris went to the school. Joseph went to school. My man Pete went to the school. And, you know, that's where I met him at. We used to play basketball every day. Go to on Burnside, they had a little basketball court.
Yeah.
Right across the street from the college.
Yeah.
We used to go play ball. Me, Chris, and we smoke weed and shit, smoke blunts, you know, go back to school all fucked up and shit, you know. Yeah, we had fun, man. It was good old days.
Was Big Pun rapping back then?
Dude, I would not lie to you. I got kicked out of the school, so I didn't see it for a long time, but I used to rhyme. So if I was rhyming, I know he had to rhyme too, because we used to go to the park smoke and rhyme. And I know I wasn't rhyming by myself, so it had to be him, you know? Yeah. But if I could, I'm telling you the truth, I'm 53 now. If I can remember right, he was nice then. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he used to always dress like an older school dude with briefcases and shit. Like, he used to come to school with a briefcase. Like, he wasn't like dressing like, you know, like, he used to dress like a grown fucking man. You know, he had a little mustache, you know, husky little dude. But then when he got bigger, I didn't recognize him no more. Yeah. So
he's gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, because we haven't seen each other for years. I got kicked out of school. All the guys, and one thing about Bronx Community College, you can't get back on the campus unless you got a pass. So I couldn't go see my guys no more. So that's it. We split apart, you know. Yeah. But then my boy Joseph, he came to me and said, he told me, he's like, yo, Chris is with Terror Squad. And it's been so many years. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is Chris? He said, yo, Chris. I said, my boy Puerto Rican Chris? He's like, yeah. Just get the fuck out of here. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. Yeah. Because we used to play basketball every day. He was just a little stocky little dude, you know? So, you know, but it was him, you know? But I never got like to say, like, you know, like, yo, what's up, you know? Yeah. But he sent my boy to tell me, yo, that's me. But I never contacted him or nothing because I still couldn't believe it, you know? Yeah. You know, God bless him. That's my brother, man. He's a loyal guy, man. Good friend, man. Yeah. Good friend. Real quiet. Just don't piss him off. Yeah.
Really, he had a temper.
Yeah, he was the type of guy. He was like, I told you, he was like a grown man. Yeah. He wasn't like a little teen idiot. He's like, yo, what's up, man? What's good, T? So I used to talk. What's up? He's a little stocky, little light skin. Yo, what's good? Yo, real quiet, you know? Yeah. And he always come to school with guns. I should say this on camera, but you know, he used to always have some shit hidden. Let's just say that. He surprised me a few times in the fucking bathroom, you know? And I used to tell him, like, what the fuck you doing? He'd be like this. No, I got some problems with these niggas around my way. Cause some dudes used to give him trouble in his neighborhood, he said. Yeah. That's when he was little. We like 17 now. This is not grown man porn. This is 17-year-old, you know? Yeah. So yeah, you know, that was that, you know. I know a couple of people. I met a couple of people in my day, man.
Who else did you know?
Well, a couple of guys I didn't know personally, but I hung with a lot of people who knew these people. Yeah. So I used to bump into these people through the people I knew. Like, you know, with Chris, we went to school together, you know? Yeah. But I used to bump into other people, like, outside of that, you know, on the street, you know what I mean? But, you know, those people, like, there's no, you know, one of them was an entertainer, but the person who introduced me to him wasn't. So I don't really talk about that, you know? Because that person's in a wheelchair now. Yeah. So, you know, that shit probably wasn't, you know. I don't want the nigga that put him in a wheelchair. The nigga
to put you in a wheelchair.
Nigga think like, yo, you knew that nigga? Yeah. I gotta put this nigga in a wheelchair too. Yeah, so you don't need two niggas in a wheelchair. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, it was good though. It was good, man. Old days, you know. Harlem was good, man, you know.
So what do you think about the city now? Like, gentrification is a big topic. Everyone's talking about white people moving in, the hood or whatever, taking over, raising the rent. What do you got to say about that?
No, if you look around, it's like somebody told me a long time ago, you know, life is like it's like a revolving door. It's like, you know, you're a mouse that keeps running around in a circle. So every once in a while they go, hey, I want to move here, and they change things around. Like Chicago, you got Cabrini Green projects. They knock that whole shit down and move people around. You know what I mean? Yeah. So same thing here. You know, hey, we want to move uptown. Yeah, we move y'all out. We come back up here. Like my neighborhood is, it was like, you know, pretty much like Irish and Jewish and stuff like that.
What neighborhood is it?
Inwood.
Yeah.
So, after a while, like the Spanish brothers and stuff start moving. Everybody moved to different places. Like in the old days, like in the 80s, everybody moved to Jersey. You have money, you go to Jersey. You know what I mean? But then you got these colleges and stuff, you know? So what they do is they rotate. When they feel like, hey, I want to move here, you got to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's like just like in Chicago and every other city.
Yeah.
Like in Detroit. They move you from one place to another.
Yeah.
It's like you are a fucking migrant. You're an American migrant, and you got to move, you know? And that's the way it is, man.
But you don't have any resentment about it.
No,
angry.
no. I don't give a fuck because, you know, like I'm a Jamaican, man, you know? You could find I'm gonna find me a decent apartment, you know what I mean? It's not about what you know, it's who you know. You know what I mean? Yeah. As long as you know somebody, you gonna have a nice little apartment somewhere, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the only thing people want is to be able to close their door and go home at the end of the night, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't want to go somewhere where the junkies in front of the door, you know, and I'm like, yo, dude, I gotta get my house. And you're like, yo, man, you gonna have to wait. Cause, you know, then that's gonna be another nigga in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be the junkie. It's gonna be the junkie in the fucking wheelchair, you know what I mean?
Wait, stand here real quick, a little bit closer. So let me ask you, like, was it easier to find affordable housing back in the day than it is, like, compared to now?
No, from what I hear, they got Section 8. If you apply for Section 8, you can get affordable housing. Each building has at least 1 or 2 apartments that are affordable housing, but you have to pursue it, you know what I mean? You know, it's one thing to speak about getting an apartment, it's another thing to have the actual money and be actually looking. Yeah. You know what I mean? You get anything you're looking for. I've learned that for my 53 years on the planet, you get what you're looking for. If you want to be a rapper, you got to keep going at it. You want to be a comedian, you got to keep going at it. You can't say, oh, man, these apartments are expensive, but shit, you ain't even look at the cheapest one. Yeah. You ain't even look at it. You're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta hunt for what you want, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, it's expensive, but if you hunting and you're in a good frame of mind and you know how to talk to people, you can find nice, decent places. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just that there's a lot of landlords now who, you know, it's all about the money, you know?
Yeah. All about the money. Yeah. Do you have bad experiences with landlords? Did you have some crazy landlords back in the day?
No, I never had a bad landlord because my mom was always cool. Like I said, my mom was always on time with everything. Yeah. So I know we was never like stuck where we got like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, it wasn't that type of problem with us. But, you know, some landlords though, you know, it's like, you know, like I said, you got these students and everything. It's like some people are just like, man, let's milk it, man. Yeah. Because you need some place to stay and they're going to take advantage of that, you know? You know, before it was family values. Hey, you like a decent guy, you got your wife with you here, man. You get a nice apartment, you know, you pay this. But now it's like, man, fuck that, dude, you know?
So you feel like everything now, like we've lost our values as a society and now it's all about the money. More than back then.
Yeah, it's more about the money now. Back then, I told you, it was drugs and pussy. You know? Everybody had money back then. It was just drugs and pussy. Everybody had money. Everybody had a job in old days. Yeah. Everybody had money. Even the crooks, they had money from robbing you. Everybody had money, you know? Yeah. So, you know, but now it's like, you know, everybody don't. Yeah. You know? Because remember, the crack era came, and that shit broke a lot of people.
What was that like? What was it like when the crack era hit here? I mean, you was, you know.
Oh, the crack era was bad, you know. I lost an aunt, you know. And you know, I ain't gonna lie, it was times I wanted to take us away and kidnap her, tie up and leave her in the room and just feed her like little meals on wheels and shit. Yeah. You know? But she didn't make it, you know? Yeah. But, you know, crack was tough. You know, it made a lot of people, you know, you had some crackheads who could work and smoke crack. They kept their jobs and just go to rehab. But you had some people who just, they were so tired from smoking all night, they couldn't work no more. And everybody just let themselves go. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was sad because a lot of kids, I had a lot of friends who actually lived through having a parent on crack. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, I could imagine my mom on crack. That shit wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? Yeah. One of us would have been in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying?
You would put your mom in a wheelchair?
Put that bitch in the dirt. I'm joking. I'm fucking around. But nah, you know, but I'm saying I had friends who actually.
It's tough.
Yeah, you know, I couldn't imagine it. Yeah. That would have fucked my mom up. Yeah. I got my mom up all night, like, yo, bitch, go to sleep. She keep walking around the house. Yeah, you know, you're serious, man. I'm serious. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't want to be on, you know, you don't want your parents on crack.
Yeah, for sure.
But it happens. Yeah. You know?
But what did it do to the city? What did it look? Did people move out? Was it like
What, crack?
empty? Yeah.
No, actually, I don't know. Crack, I don't know. You know, back then, crack made so much money.
Yeah.
Like, I knew dudes who used to make like $300,000 a week.
A week?
300,000, yeah. You know, and the city was shining because, you know, these clubs, all these clubs, even down here, was filled.
Yeah.
Because you know, you got gay gangsters down here.
Gay gangsters.
Yeah.
What? Tell me about the gay gangsters. I ain't heard about them.
Like you know, like when you got your crew back in the days.
Yeah.
You always got that homeboy who he's fly motherfucker, but he's just a little too wild.
Yeah.
Like he wild, he fuck everything. Like
Yeah.
fuck this bitch and fuck, you know, they fuck everything, you know. And you ain't knocking them, you know, you just that type of wolf.
Yeah.
You know, but we like, you know, we all know like, watch that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he go hang out, let him go hang out. We don't, you know what I mean? We don't go hang out with him like that. When he with us, he with us.
Yeah.
When he on his own, yo, you on your own. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know where he gonna take you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a wild boy. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
You know?
Has someone ever taken you someplace crazy like that?
Man, have they? I don't. Nah, I think the craziest place I ever been to was my boy took me in his neighborhood one time. I know the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pissing. And he didn't take me there. It was just a gas station. It was like weird place to be taken.
Yeah.
It's a gas station. I had to piss. So I jump out the car and I start peeing against the gas station wall. And right then and there, a shootout happens. Man, and I'm like pissing all over my leg and shit. Like, what? Because I'm trying to see which way the shit coming from. See, I'm swinging back and forth. Yeah, I'm fucking my sneakers up. I had these new Nikes. Son, I was mad, son. I was mad. I had the new Nikes. This shit was pretty, baby.
You pissed all over you.
Fuck them Nikes up. This shit was salty, nigga. I pissed on them shits. Because, that shit just said bam, bam, bam. Like, first of those are fireworks. But then I hear a motherfucker like running. I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm like, oh, and I'm just fucking my shit up, man.
So you got out of there safe, thank God. But let me ask you like about the change of like places like Williamsburg. Like back in the day, I heard that used to be like a place where you go like they just murder people, and now you got an Apple store. Like
Williamsburg?
yeah,
What's Williamsburg? Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, yeah, right off the J, right off the L.
Williamsburg?
Bedford.
What's that about? What project is that about? You know?
No, that's the J down there is where the Hasidic Jewish people live. That's off of Marcy, basically. That's kind of Marcy projects. But a little further north, I don't know what projects would be over there.
Oh, okay. I think.
But what about Marcy?
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
That was wild. Yeah, Marcy. You know, it's like this. You know, when you in the projects,
Yeah.
that's just the projects, baby. You know, Marcy's just like every other project. Like it's gonna be a project.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have your hustlers, you gonna have your stick-up kids, you gonna have your merc boys, you gonna have your freaks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have your weed dealer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The projects is gonna be the projects. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, Marcy's cool though. They like little buildings though.
Yeah.
Marcy and shit. They got a good Jamaican restaurant over there. I like that shit.
What's it called?
I don't know, but it's a good Jamaican restaurant. When you go over there, when you go like by Marcy, you see a little Jamaican restaurant. Go to that shit. That shit's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? You know?
So like you say you're Jamaican, you always keep a job. Do you feel like Jamaican culture is to work, to hustle, to grind, and that's normal? Or do you feel like Americans are lazy when we say, oh, we always got to work or something like that?
Nah, see, all right, go.
Yeah.
You know, as far as the Jamaican thing go,
Yeah.
like my dad is from Jamaica, my father from Kingston. His name is Timothy Maxwell Walters. And he's a Jamaican, a real Jamaican. The motherfucker that came off the plane.
Yeah.
I'm a project Jamaican.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't come off no motherfucking plane. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stick my hand in no cement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's my dad. But the values my dad was, I wouldn't call him a racist, but yo, Caribbean parents are different, man.
What do you mean? Give me an example.
All right, Caribbean parents, like American parents, they get you the baseball and all that shit.
Yeah.
But that's not my father. If it wasn't Jamaican, like Jamaican based, that shit didn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was my dad. You know what I'm saying? My dad, Big Mike, he was good, baby. You know, my dad was different. My dad was like, he was weird. Like if I be like, yo, dad, the Bulls playing tonight.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about the Bulls, man. Fuck the Bulls. Them buy your clothes? And I go, nah, like, I'm for the projects. I'm looking at him like, this motherfucker crazy, man.
Yeah.
They buy your clothes? No, man, fuck Michael Jordan. Him buy you shit? I said, no. All right, then he won't be watching him here. Yeah, that's how my dad was. He can fuck by, like, he'd say some shit about cricket, a Jamaican game, you know?
Yeah, I know cricket, yeah.
Some shit that I can't get on TV playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like soccer, I'll probably get on TV playing that shit. But I would have to, like, play for, like, the Olympics or some shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it was tough. Like, that's the only thing with my dad. He was like, he was pro-Jamaican.
Yeah.
Everything had to be Jamaican.
Yeah.
Like, the grits had to be Jamaican. You had to cook eggs like a Jamaican.
How did Jamaican cook eggs?
Like, with onions and all that shit. With red peppers. He had some weird shit.
Yeah.
But everything had to be Jamaican, man. Like, that shit was like, I don't know, man. It was weird. It was like the Jamaican Ku Klux Klan. You know what I'm saying?
The JJJ. The JKK.
I'm serious, man. This is my pops, man. Everything had to be Jamaican, you know? It was like Jamaican power. Jamaican power. Yeah, that was my dad, man. I'm serious, man.
Yeah. And your mom was the complete opposite.
No, my mom was a diva.
Yeah.
Fashion industry.
Oh, she works in the fashion industry.
She went to fashion industry. Yeah. My mom was like a diva, you know?
Yeah.
Little light-skinned, freckled, redhead chick. You know, Nigerian, German, and all that shit, Irish. So, you know, she you know what I'm saying? She from the projects too, you know? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she was like that. You know what I'm saying? A little boo-boo, you know?
Yeah. Bougie, yeah.
Yeah, but people wanted it, but my dad got it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he owned the club and all that shit, whatever.
Your dad owned the club?
Yeah.
Where at?
In Harlem. My dad owned some clubs. Them little Caribbean clubs, you know, them little shits that me and you can't go in.
Yeah.
Niggas look at you like, what the fuck is you doing here, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so my dad owned a little club and everything, you know, shit like that.
How long did he own the club?
He was partners in a lot of shit in Harlem.
Yeah.
A little club. He opened another little club, I think, on 7th Ave, little Caribbean shit. Him and his mans used to be in there, all the Jamaicans and all that shit.
Do you feel like that's changed? Like a lot of the like local spots in Harlem, that like community spots are gone now? You know what I mean?
No, Harlem's still the same. They got a lot of, you know what it is? A lot of people came and bought businesses in Harlem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's like a lot of different type of businesses now. Cause I was going through Harlem one day and it was like a lot of businesses. You know what I'm saying? I even drove through Harlem with my friends and they stopped us. I was like, what the fuck? That was weird. I said, you know, 4 black guys getting stopped at Harlem in the car.
Yeah.
That was scary, man.
Yeah.
Cause that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I really didn't know. I knew it was changing. Why would the cops be so hard in this area, you know? I grew up here.
So you think the policing is getting worse as you go on through life, or has police always been bad? It doesn't matter what era, like in New York.
No, it depends. You know, cops are people. It just depends which one you run into. You know what I mean? Like my uncle worked for the police department, Brooklyn homicide, I think. Earl Screen was my uncle. This dude never said the word nigga. He never said a cuss word. My uncle Earl Screen, man. Brooklyn detective, I think homicide or some shit. Freckles, light skin, big Irish black motherfucker. Look like you.
Yeah.
You look like you could be his son.
It's okay.
Yo, never said a cuss word. You know? He passed away, you know? But yo, dude, he was like when you look at him, you say, this guy's got it. How the fuck could he be a cop with this demeanor?
Yeah.
You never say nigga or nothing.
Yeah.
You know you had to have guys in the car going, you fucking pig, call him out his name. But like, this dude was really that cool.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was the side he was showing the family.
Yeah.
Probably in the car, he's like, this, you little bitch ass motherfucker. You know, but I never saw it, dude. And his sons, my cousins, their demeanor is the same as him.
Are they cops too?
No, they just regular, like, you know, blue collar workers.
Yeah.
But it was weird, man. He was a weird guy, man. Like, he was a role model for me. You know, I said, if I would have been a cop, I would want to be like him.
Really?
Earl Screen, man, my uncle, man. You know, Brooklyn's finest.
Brooklyn's finest. Okay, I'm gonna ask you one last question. We're gonna get out of here.
All
right. Have you ever heard of crypto?
Cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. What do you think about cryptocurrency? I've been dying to ask you this.
That crypto shit scares me. I want to get rich quick, but yo, dude, if somebody gets smart enough just to snatch it all from me, would make me cut my fucking nuts off. You know?
What do you mean when you say that? Like, let's explain that a little bit.
Because computers are awesome, but as long as there's a man who can get around it, I don't feel safe.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. So you're saying you don't trust crypto because you're not too tech savvy, or someone's always looking to rob you. Is what you're saying?
No. I trust crypto. I don't trust the motherfucker that's tech savvy. The fuck is you talking about?
Yeah.
That's the motherfucker I'm worried about.
Okay. The Sam Bankman-Fried, the guy who stole all that money, he stole a lot of people's money.
What's
you
his
heard
name?
of Sam Bankman-Fried?
Oh shit, I'm usually up on a lot of shit. I mean, this motherfucker must be bad. I ain't never heard of him.
Yeah, he's bad. He stole a couple billion. He's got 30 years. 30 years, yeah, in the pen.
How old is he?
He's like 25.
Oh shit, that's son of a bitch. He's gonna come home to some money, man. At like 50 something, man. You know? Yeah, dude. He's gonna be like the other guy. What's the other guy who's who Madoff?
Bernie Madoff. He died recently.
Yo, but Bernie was a beast. Yeah. Bernie, I heard stories from fucking people in jail that Bernie had took over all the hot chocolate. Like he bought all the hot chocolate. If you want a hot chocolate in prison, you had to go see Bernie.
What the fuck? Wait. Bernie Madoff took over all the hot chocolate in jail.
Yeah, ask about it, dude. Dude, you know me.
Yeah,
I would never bullshit you.
Yeah.
I don't go around telling these fabricated stories like to feel like I'm somebody. I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah.
Too fucking old. I can't even walk, you know what I mean? But, dude, Bernie Madoff bought all the hot chocolate in the prison.
Yeah.
And you had to get it from him. He was the hot chocolate man. Yeah. So he could sell that chocolate at the price he wanted to sell it for. You understand? He was already had a business. He was already a businessman in jail, too. Look it up. Yeah. Bernie Madoff crashes the hot chocolate fucking thing in prison. He did. No bullshit. I'm not lying to you. I heard stories about the guy. Yeah. And you know who else I heard stories about?
Who?
The Charm Chambers guy who rough sexed the chick in New York City and fucking park and broke her neck.
Yeah. What was the story?
That dude is, he's a bad man. He's mighty whitey, man. That boy he be scrapping in there.
He's fighting in prison?
Oh yeah, he's a bad motherfucker, man. I heard, man. Yeah, I heard, man. Bro.
Explain. Who's Mighty Whitey? Like, so the people who don't know.
Mighty Whitey's just a bad motherfucker, white motherfucker. That's a bad white boy. He is, man.
Yeah.
What's his name? Charm Chambers?
Charm Chambers, right?
Chambers is a beast, man. You see when they arrested him again, he had a do-rag on and shit?
No.
Like, he was ready. Like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, the boy's bad motherfucker, man.
And Madoff is the hot chocolate king.
Yeah, before he died, he ran all the hot chocolate. But, whoever Madoff Bunky was, like the guy who, like, sells with you, or who he trusted in there, they getting paid right now because they got the hot chocolate shit.
They got the hot chocolate connect.
His wife got it. Yeah, his wife's probably running it with one of the inmates he knew. Yo, dude, man, Madoff was a beast. Don't sleep on that motherfucker.
All right. And Sam Bankman-Fried, what do you think he's going to run in prison? He's got to be running some sort of... If Bernie was the chocolate guy, what do you think he's going to be?
Hold up. First, how did Sam Bankman steal the money?
It was fake. It was all a Ponzi scheme. Yeah.
Oh, he Ponzi schemed somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, he's going to be just like this dude. He's going to, all you got to do is, once you lock that down, I guess he's going to be like Madoff. He's going to look what people need. This is what these guys do. These guys are professional investors, even if they scamming.
Yeah. Can I ask you one last question real quick before we get out of here? Have you heard of Luigi Mangione, the kid that shot the dude on 49th?
Oh yeah, that was some wild.
That was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. What did you think about the guy that shot somebody up on 49th? Like, you talked about it where you grew up. People were shooting people, bringing guns to school, and nobody was like, "Oh, we love these guys." But he shoots a healthcare CEO, and everybody loves him. Do you have any thoughts about it?
Nah, well, man, when Joni is, what I think it is, he was a inspiring young man. Yeah. He had charisma. When you have charisma, and he probably come in contact with a lot of people when he's past his intellectual charisma, these people get overwhelmed by it. You know what I mean? With his charisma, intelligence, whatever he did, or if he didn't do, it had to be justified in some intellectual, cool-ass way. Yeah. And that's when the girls, they crying for him like Michael Jackson. They let him go. Because I'll tell you one thing. What he did, if he did it, I'm not the cops. Whatever happened, or I'm not saying he did or he didn't. Yeah. But whatever he did, if he does go to jail for it, that kid's coming out home to a lot of pussy. It's going to be a lot of old pussy waiting for him. Man, Joni? Yeah. Oh, he going to get a lot of pussy. You stay like Michael Jackson, man, Joni! Yeah. That nigga he letting off shots in the police car. Oh, Joni, bitch. Oh, man, Joni. Yeah. He just shot it, I don't know if it's him. I don't like to say, man, Joni shot the guy because I don't know. I'm not the cops. Yeah. But on the video, you see a guy just turn around and shoot a guy right in the fucking back. Yeah. Yeah. And and he's like, man, Joni! And it's like you thought the world would go, oh, terrorists, fuck you. But he's some kind of social hero.
Got you.
And I'm not judging, man. I just know he gonna get a lot more pussy than me when he get out of jail. Yeah.
But she gonna be out of jail. So you good?
When you think they gonna keep her for life?
Yeah, they trying to put terrorist charge. Yeah, for life.
Dude, them chicks would fucking climb over Guantanamo Bay wall and suck his cock.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's been T, everybody. Give it up for T.
I love you, nephew.
I love you too, bro. New York legend.